The island of Okinawa is one of the longevity hotspots in the world. It is known as one of the blue zones where people live the healthiest lives for the longest period of time. And there are three really interesting Japanese philosophies that I think contribute to this, along with other things, of course, diet, exercise, and genetics. But I want to talk to you about those three Japanese concepts that I think can enrich your life. This is Margaret Manning with 60andMe, and I want to thank you so much for being here today. It is such a pleasure to have you on this journey with me, and I think it's important every now and again to look to things that can enrich our lives in very subtle ways, and to look back on philosophies that have been in certain cultures for many, many years, like these ones I'm going to talk about in Japan. Before I get started, though, I want to remind you, if you are new to the channel, welcome, and if not, please feel free to subscribe. We release videos every few days, so you can just press the subscribe button and join our family, and then just press the notification bell, just ring the bell, and you'll be told when new videos are released. Really appreciate that. So let's talk about three philosophies in Japan that are going to enrich your life. I think there's a lot to be learned from them. Now, Harriet Kabbali is one of our bloggers, and she wrote about these three philosophies, and I think that she knows a lot more about it, so please read the article. I've had a lot of familiarity with some of these, but I think you'll find them quite amazing. Kintsugi. Kintsugi is the art of golden repair. Apologies if I'm misspelling some of these, but it's the art of golden repair. And kin means gold, and tsugi means to connect. Tsugi means to connect or join. And so it's the art of looking at something that may be broken and repairing it with love, and knowing that it's broken, it's not perfect anymore, but you're going to use something very precious to heal that broken part. Now, a lot of people will be familiar with this because you can, there's certain other philosophies like wabi-sabi, which is all about accepting the brokenness of things, including ourselves. But Kintsugi is about the actual physical repair. Now, I have a little, I should have brought a little saucer that was a lovely set. And I broke a corner of the saucer. It was a chip. And so I went and got some gold paint. It's not real gold, but for me, it was the same purpose. And I just painted that one little corner, following this philosophy. And I can't put it in the dishwasher now. I just have to wash it by hand because it would just rub off. But every time I look at it, I think of this. It's a wonderful teacher about resilience, bouncing back, you know, and not accepting imperfection. Just that act of when something breaks, don't throw it away. Well, unless it's completely, you know, not usable anymore. But if it's something that you can do to just highlight the crack with gold paint, or, you know, whatever you can afford, just something to give it beauty in its brokenness. So after a pain or trauma of any kind, you know, we rebuild our lives. And that's how we rebuild it. We rebuild it with precious parts of ourselves. So in that, Kintsugi is that same concept of taking things that are needing healing, needing rebuilding, and giving them, you know, a place. Yes, they're the fault lines of our lives. You know, we've made mistakes. We've had regrets. It doesn't have to even be physically a pot or a saucer. It can just be taking a broken part of yourself and filling it with something beautiful, something precious. Really, really important. It's a beauty that's, as Harriet says, weathered many storms, and a chance to correct our and embrace and adore our imperfection, our brokenness. Ikigai. Ikigai is reason for being. Ikigai is a combination of iki, which means life, and kai, which means worth or benefit. This is another philosophy which is about the inner you. And what it is saying is, every human being on this planet needs to feel that they have a purpose, that there's something that they get up in the morning and they do because they do it well. It's important to them. It's helping someone else. It's the benefit that we offer to the world by just simply being here. And it does not have to be a big thing. You don't have to be a celebrity, although many people think that's the case. You don't have to do anything spectacular. It can just be, you know, helping someone else, making a call, doing something beautiful in your own life. You know, during difficult times, we find it hard to move. We find it hard to have a point. What's the point of this? And I think Ikigai is the Japanese philosophy that gives us that focus of looking at what we're good at and applying it to what we do. Now, it could be just that we know how to raise plants. We can have a garden. We know how to repair something. We know we have a craft, or we have a knowledge from our work experience, for example. Having a good life, living a good life doesn't have anything to do with, the skill level. You're not a doctor or a nurse or something, an electrician, but you know that you can do something to contribute to this world. And that's like that really, really challenging as we get older and we are not taken as seriously. Our currency in the world is reduced. And I think we've got to find ways within ourselves to find our Ikigai. And there's some wonderful books on this topic. And I think the point with this one is, as soon as you've done that, then you're more joyful, happier. I always say that 60andMe is a community of women who are living the life with passion, doing what they want, and purpose, doing it with passion, with a sense of purposefulness and enjoying it, having fun, and having a really good time. We're calmer, more engaged, and joyful, says Harriet. The final one is called forest bathing, or Shinrin Yoku, forest bathing. So Shinrin means forest and Yoku means bath. Now, the first image is, of course, that you're going into the forest and getting into a bathtub or taking your clothes off or whatever, but it's not that at all. It's bathing in nature. It's bathing in the full experience of nature. It's not exercising. It's just being in nature. It's not walking or talking. It's just closing your eyes and just being there in nature, appreciating it. The sounds, the smells, just the reality of human life and plant life, the trees. Trees are incredible. It's basically absorbing and listening to and respecting all our senses. And if you've ever done this, I mean, it's really quite remarkable. If you go out into the woods or into a park and you just close your eyes and just try to listen to the sounds, smell the flowers, the pine cones, the lavender, whatever it is that is around you, and then you're being nourished by that. And I think that the most important thing there is also somehow absorbing or reflecting on the fact that there's something bigger than us. Whenever I stop to think about the seasons and how nature just, it dies and is reborn, and how animals live, and how just the miracle of nature and animal life, how they just regrow and how they protect themselves. I mean, it's amazing. Nature is truly remarkable. It really does, in Harriet's opinion and in mine, heal you. It heals your mind. It soothes your soul, whatever that might be to you. It just gives you a sense that you're smaller than you think perhaps sometimes, and that there's a bigger world out there that is just magical, and it's special, and it's for you. It's for you to take in and enjoy and protect and observe. So life gives us lots of challenges, and Harriet could not be more accurate there. We've had a lot of those the last few months, haven't we? But it gives us lots of challenges, but it gives us one thing that we can always plug into that will remind us how lucky we are, and that is our health and our well-being, and that is channeled through nature. All the food we eat, the plants that we pick, the fruits and vegetables that we consume, Mother Nature, supports us. The way the trees, provide breath to us, the plants, we just would not be here without them. And water, of course, precious water. So I think it's really cool to think about these things in a more broader way. So, the ones were Ikigai, which is your reason for being. You're having a purpose in life. Kintsugi is the art of golden repair, where you're embracing imperfection and letting it be part of your world, filling it with gold, filling it with your gold. And then the final one, of course, is this Shinrin forest bathing, which is appreciating and adoring and loving nature. So what do you think? What soothes your soul? What do you do to calm yourself down, to give yourself a sense of perspective? What are the things that you do? Now, these are, of course, philosophies that are specifically generated or were born in Japan, but we've got, of course, other traditions and faiths and belief systems that do something similar for us here as well. But what do you do to soothe your soul? Leave the comments in the section below. I'd love to read them and join the conversation. But I want to thank you again so much for being here, for joining 60andMe on this journey, supporting us, and I look forward to sharing all the videos. We have about 1,800 videos out there on YouTube, and you can enjoy them all. They're all like kind of evergreen in that they don't have any specific date. They're just topics of interest to older women, and hope that they give you inspiration and joy. Take very good care, everybody. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and we'll talk again very soon. Bye-bye for now.